Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is A Date with Miss Hannah. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. So in today's video, we're going to continue with the revision in Ugandan Econ, and we are going to start off with question 2. Part A says Uganda enjoyed a strong and stable economy in the years approaching independence. During the post-independence decade of 1962 to 1971, Ugandan economy was one of the most promising economies in sub-Saharan Africa. Discuss any 5 features that characterize the Ugandan economy in that period. These are the ones we have below. Characteristics in the period of 1962 to 1971, we had an average annual real GDP growth rate of 6% per annum, real GDP per capita, that is per individual, growth rate of 3% per annum, economic growth averaged 4.5% a year, sound fiscal and monetary policies leading to a stable macroeconomy, stable prices, that is inflation never exceeded a single digit, the balance of payments was in a surplus, stable exchange rates and foreign exchange readily available. National saving rate was among the highest in the region, 14.7. The national saving rate was among the highest in the region, that is, it covered 14.7% of the GDP. Exports of goods and services accounted for 25% of GDP. And you can add any other points. However, any 5 from that will earn you the 5 marks. So part B says, why did the Ugandan economy collapse in the 1970s? Explain 8 reasons. So since it is 8 marks, that means we need to give 8 points just listed. So the 1970s are the period of Amin Dada, the period represent the period where Amin Dada was in power, and that is the period from 1971 to 1979. So point number 1 is Amin's 1972 economic war, gross mismanagement of the economy by Amin's henchmen and hangers on, who are also known as the Maftaminji. Skilled managers were replaced by largely unskilled people. So this happened after the economic war, when Amin chased away all the Asians that were in Uganda. All the industries, all the factories, the companies were left to the unskilled local people who could not actually run these businesses. So skilled managers were replaced by largely unskilled people. We have introduction of economic distortions like price controls, high import tariffs, excessive printing of money, fixed exchange rates, and then the next point is physical indiscipline. When we talk about physical discipline, it is just, or physical policies, we are talking about how much government spends. We are talking about the government expenditure. So when you have physical indiscipline, that means government is actually spending too much on unproductive sectors. So during the period of Amin, that is 1970s, or from 1971 to 1979, there was physical indiscipline. That means there was spending too much on unproductive sectors of the economy. Then we have collapse of the formal sector, which led to drastic reductions in the government tax base, because the formal sector was the one that was always being taxed, unlike the subsistence sector. So after the Asians were chased away, there was no more taxation. The formal sector collapsed. That means there was a reduction in the tax base. Then we had a drastic fall in foreign direct investment, escalating foreign and domestic debt. So that is that for that question. And then part C says Uganda began a program of economic recovery under the second government of Milton Obote in 1981. Discuss any 6 economic reforms which Obote II introduced in 1981. So here they just need the economic recovery program for Obote II. Number 1, there was floating of the Ugandan shilling on the foreign exchange markets to strengthen the balance of payment. There was floating of the Ugandan shilling on the foreign exchange market to strengthen the balance of payment. So what do they mean by floating of the Ugandan shilling? The value of the Ugandan shilling was let to be determined by the forces of demand and supply rather than by price controls. And then we have dismantling of wide range of price controls. This was for domestic goods and services. The prices for domestic goods and services were also left for the market forces of demand and supply. Then we have increasing producer prices for export products, mainly the crops. Introduction of a dual exchange rate starting in August 1982, we have restoration of investor confidence. Restoration of investor confidence by persuading foreigners to return. Remember, before foreigners left, they did not, like we've seen here during Amin's period, we had a drastic fall in foreign direct investment. So the foreign investment reduced because this Amin had chased away all the foreigners, and they had actually lost confidence in Uganda. The investors lost confidence in Uganda. Where they were like, what if they also chase us away with leaving our money behind and everything? So when Obote II came in 1981, he had to restore the investor confidence by persuading the foreigners to return. Then we have rationalization of tax structures and control of government expenditure. Because during Amin's period, obviously, we've said there was fiscal indiscipline, which was leading to, which was caused by too much spending by the government. So here, when they needed to control the government spending, then they brought back the IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. These are international donors, so foreign donors. So they were brought back. These two donor agencies extended considerable foreign assistance to the economy, and they managed to raise the ODA flows, or the official development assistance flows, from zero to an average of 1.5% of GDP between 1981 and 1985. That is the period of Obote II. So he brought back IMF and World Bank. Question 3 is going to be discussed in my next video, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. Watch out, and don't forget to like and comment if you liked this video.